I genuinely welcome this initiative by the Labour Party. It has put the cat amongst the pigeons. I think it's genuinely exciting because it's going to give the people of the United Kingdom a proper choice. Now, I imagine I get the feeling the questioner is against it. He said, I don't want to go back to the 70s. Let us not forget that every single one of us in this room, our parents, our grandparents, our taxes paid for the construction of the rail network in this country. It paid for the electricity grid. It paid for the gas supplies. It paid for the Royal Mail. Suddenly, Margaret Thatcher comes along in the 80s and said, oh, let's sell them all. So she sold them off to all her friends, who made an absolute fortune out of our investments. And it's about time we brought it back into our management. If Holland can do it, if Germany and France and Spain and other countries in Europe can run their own systems, why cannot we?
Okay.
It is absolutely certain.
Yes, you up there.
Yeah, there just seems to be this myth about national debt as a percentage of GDP. Somehow the Labour programme is unaffordable, but after the Second World War, the national debt as a percentage of the GDP was over 200%.
Yeah.
Now it's under 100%. If Attlee could afford to create the National Health Service, then the welfare state, all the institutions we so love, then the Corbyn's Labour government can easily afford to build the council houses and to create the National Investment Bank.
I find it very curious that whenever anybody announces any policies that are remotely progressive, that the right always say, where is the money coming from? But I find it very hypocritical that the money is always found to bail out the banks, it's always found to start wars, and it's always found to give tax breaks and start illegal wars abroad. That's when the coffers spill open. But don't let's feed poor children with free school meals. That's heresy.
Okay.
I feel like my vote for Labour would be hijacked as a vote against another independence referendum. And it's not that. It's a vote for Labour. It's a vote for the Labour Party manifesto, which I totally agree with. I think it's
why
about time.
Why can't you vote for the SNP if you want independence? What
Because
stops
the
you?
SNP is not the party I'd like to vote for. I think the Labour Party's manifesto, from what I've heard of it so far, is more radical. It gives me more hope.
Yeah.
All right. And you say here.
Is Germany stuck in the 1970s? Because this manifesto doesn't seem to be pushing to the left of Germany. It remains to the right of Germany. So how is Germany stuck in the 70s?
Ben, can you take that point?
Well, I think Germany doesn't carry the weight of debt or deficit that we do, and we should all be concerned that we should continue the direction of living within our means. It is absolutely...
Taxes and giving away to billionaires and not collecting taxes from transnational corporations.
The biggest expenditure a government spends after things like the NHS and pensions, the fifth biggest expenditure, it's not education, it's not transport, it's not the police, it's debt interest on the national debt. It's £46 billion of money I can't spend, or nor can anybody else spend, on all those goodies that some people think are in the Labour manifesto. We have to live within our means, and we have to continue to do that. And I'm afraid to say, that the government's record on the economy is strong. The government's record has created 2.8 million. Well, you might laugh. It's 2.8 million pounds. I mean, unless Emily wants us to cut the debt even faster, we have reduced the deficit by 100 billion.
Austerity, that's what I want you to do. Your idea has just not worked over the last 7 years.
One at a time.
All I'm saying is that I want you to stop the politics of austerity, where ordinary working people have to continue to have their services cut in order to be able to pay the debt. And guess what's happening to the debt? The debt continues to go up because we have to borrow to invest in order to get our economy going. That's the point. We cannot just go on like this. We're flatlining.